God is awesome. I'm hoping all my fellas had a beautiful, 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 beautiful Father's Day. All the dads of America, or the world actually. You know, the world don't celebrate everything when we do, but every day can be a Father's Day. Every day can be a Mother's Day. Every day can be a Valentine's Day for your loved one. Every day can be Christmas for people that you want to give gifts to. You don't have to wait for the calendar to tell you when to do it. Anyway, God is awesome. Another day, beautiful morning. Man, got some time on my hands, so why not? I'm looking around and I'm just thinking, it's like, what's up with when I say our, I don't mean American culture. I just mean African black people, since so many black people are disgusted by the mention of Africa. But somehow some of these same black people are not disgusted when it comes to, the parallel. So many people are dogging Africa out now just to say a reason of why they will support other people from other nations. They don't want no part of Africa. They don't want no part of true blackness or African blackness. But they will claim their brothers from another nation really, really quick. And I noticed that the Democrat leaders, the leaders of the Democrat, including fake news media, they're actually pushing blacks to actually really take a real serious part in this. You have to go out and protest. And if you don't, something is wrong with you. If you don't, then you don't understand it, because these are the same people as you. That's what they're trying to impress upon us. They are trying to, and then you got some other dumb black people that they don't have no sense, no type of sense of history, no type of sense of resistance, no type of sense of pride or proudness in anything except for probably BET and junk like that. They are getting these blacks to tell other black people, and they put it all over the news so it make it sound actually credible. You should be out there supporting illegal migration. You should be out there supporting or resisting and fighting against ICE. You should be out there with your brothers and sisters who they are trying to deport, because they're going to deport you next. They're going to do this and that. Black men get deported to prisons all the time in the U.S. They got all of these reasons why we need to be involved. We need to throw ourselves in the middle. And guess what? We need to also jump on the front lines, not just throw ourselves in it, but jump on the front line. Somehow they've made some black people, and like I say, the media and the leaders of the Democrats, especially the black ones, the Maxine Waters, the Jasmine Crockett's, the squad, all the people from the squad, the Cory Bookers, the fake Walmart, Timu Obamas, all these people that have some type of melanin in them, they are telling black people. And the saddest thing about it is they're telling black people in black poor communities everywhere, and they know that these will be some of the first people shot down. All of that stuff they letting all of that stuff that's taking place now, we saw Minnesota. We saw Tim Walz called a National Guard in Minnesota. Tim Walz, the same guy that is actually calling ICE a Gestapo right now. The same guy that's complaining that Donald Trump called in the National Guard. He called them in. Somebody look up the Minnesota riots and look up when the National Guard was shooting tear gas on people's houses, steps, telling them to go inside, telling them to stay inside. But now this same idiot is on TV complaining that the National Guard was called out for a serious situation in LA. It is crazy. And I'm going to get off them white folk, because this ain't even about them this morning. They have some black people jumping up and they're calling for chaos at our own demise. And when it blows back, black people will be the ones paying more than the people that actually started this. And they will actually be paying more than the people that, you know, you can actually they talking about a self-deportation. That's $1,000, but it ain't no, it probably doesn't come with any resistance and probably roughing up, no type of arrest, none of that. Some black people will be probably hurt, punished, arrested, shot, assaulted behind some of these actions. And all I'm saying to that, man, is when they step back and revisit some of this and set some new laws, they might make new laws around protesting. Who knows? But I'm telling you, the black community is gonna pay more. The black community is gonna pay more for this destruction than the illegal migrants will pay. Now, I'm not talking about the legal ones. I'm not talking about any of them. I'm just saying the illegal migrants will actually pay less. Some of them might still be here. Some of them might get happily deported. But what I'm saying is the poor communities of America is going to pay more than the actual illegal migrants than that this was purposed to go after in the first place. And I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy to see blacks jumping on the front line, making it seem like something is wrong with you or something is wrong with your black family member if they are not throwing themselves on the front line for illegal migration. We got to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that, and we have to actually fight for ourselves. The people that's fighting for illegal migration right now, the people that's fighting for illegal migrants to have a right to stay, the people that's fighting for illegal migrants to have a right to live, to have a right to work and pay bills. Hey, I'm for everybody having a right to take care of themselves. But those people, those are the same people that won't support the brother that just tried to open a new business down the block. That won't support the sister that just opened a daycare. That won't support the sister that cooked and got a food truck. Like we just saw the black sister had to sell her food truck to a migrant. A migrant with $25,000 US dollars. A check, a grant, a promissory note that he could show her from the government saying since he was basically a migrant, he would have the sum of $25,000 in the sum of a few days, in a matter of a few days. So she was able to take that promissory note, trust this guy, and some type of way work out a deal with him. $25,000. A black woman who had to sell her food truck that she worked hard for, a veteran. A former vet, well, not a former veteran, a veteran. Had to sell that food truck because times was hard. The coronavirus took out so many small businesses that when it was over, she had to sell her food truck. This was number like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. You know, under Joe Biden. This lady had to sell her truck. And so many migrants was coming in getting paid by America, by the Biden administration, getting paid to replace black folk like you and me, like you. The black people that's out here fighting for migrants to replace me and yourself. Yeah, they've been paid to actually replace us. And this lady had to literally sell her way of living. Sell her economic path to hopefully live on savings or start a new business with the $25,000 that she got from the illegal migrant who got the money from the government. That is crazy. That is crazy that my sisters and my brothers, but mainly my sisters, cannot see the thing that you have to fight for every day. The thing that you have to lie on pieces of paper for every 6 months. You have to lie about this and lie about that. You have to lie to Uncle Sam. Not all y'all, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know I'm keeping it real and solid. The thing that we have to sneak and get away with just to make sure the government keep giving us handouts. They handing it out to them for free. And guess what? It's not even coming with all the rules and the regulation that will break up your family. It's not even coming with all the rules and the regulations that will break up your family. It's not even coming with the rules, regulations, and stipulations that will break up your family. It's a reason why they don't want our families to be strong, and why they don't mind their families staying strong, being strong. Adamant on strength, adamant on a family nuclear unit, adamant on trying to raise their family in the right way, being in the church, being spirit. But when it comes to the black community, they make black churches sign up with the state, so the black churches are not addressing issues in the community like the schools, the D and F schools that keep failing our kids. And they're not just failing them strategically. They failing them because that's what they do. It's not a racism thing. That's what they do. They D and F schools. But by the way, they're not even trying to teach no more. So on top of the D and the F, they're throwing in curriculums that will tell your child God made mistakes. You might be a boy, but God could have made a mistake. You were born in the wrong body. This is the curriculums. These are the things that they are practicing, thinking, and teaching in education, which is why our children are failing. Which is why our children aren't even smart anymore. With all the technology, I remember when I was coming up and my kids was little, I was saying to myself, man, technology out the chain, our kids gonna be so smart. And my kids made it. My kids, they came in, they still in a decent time, but now they will have access to all information. So they'll have the information at hand really easy. So I'm not saying they won't know nothing, but will they have information retained? Will they have that knowledge retained? Are they actually trying to teach our children and educate them? Or are they trying to teach them how to find it when you need to know it? It's a difference. Siri, what color is such and such? Hey Siri, what's the temperature today? Hey Siri, how do you spell this? Hey Alexa, what's the location of this? Alexa, how many degrees does it take to reach boiling point? Alexa, how many degrees does it take to reach freezing point? Alexa, what color is, what two colors make green? Alexa, they are teaching our children how to get information when they need it at the drop of a dime, but they are not teaching our children. Our children might know what words look like, but that don't mean they know how to read. Some of them can't even spell. This is why talk texting has become so great. I love my granddaughter. My granddaughter texts me all day. And I said to myself, like, what the heck? How did she get so... And first of all, she has a right to... she's young enough for me to understand any kind of misspelled word, so I'm not tripping on her. It's actually beautiful to me. But I was like, in my own stupidity or my own ignorance, I was like, wow, she is really, really, really like spelling these words pretty good. And we know talk to text dictation messes up every now and then. So every now and then I see something out of line and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. And then I asked her one day, I was like, and it's funny because I talk text all the time, but I just didn't give her credit or to think that she would be doing it. And I was talking to my son about it, and he was like, oh yeah, Dad. Oh yeah, she talk text all day. And I was like, wait, oh yeah, it's talk texting. No wonder. I was like, wow. But I was thinking that my granddaughter was way above, way, in front of where she should be. Like, ahead of the game when it came with this and that. She still is. I'm just saying, and that's a good thing. But what happens is this is a plan. And when our kids learn things like that too early, why would they ever have to actually learn? Like, not that she's learning a bad thing, but what I'm saying is this is actually a template that the school is doing. It's doing delivery where I'm sitting right here on my job waiting on a place to come. And we do this with schools during the school year. At the end of the school year, I was doing dropping off some stuff to the cafeteria. Cafeterias, you know how you spot the cafeteria? You always find a dumpster. And so you go to the dumpster, lo and behold, cafeteria is there. As I get there, somebody's coming out with not a wheelbarrow, but a huge wheelbarrow. I know some people know what I'm talking about, like a bin, you know, that would be on these construction sites, be at a lot of jobs. Bin, a big, huge bin with wheels on it. Full of books. Full of books. And I say, oh, it's time for that. I asked him, I say, throwing out the old books to get some new ones. Time to upgrade on the books. He looked at me, he said, no, bro. He said, I know, ain't no upgrade on the new books. He said, they gonna upgrade on AI. He said, it's over for these books. They might have one or two. He said, but if you want your kid to read, you better get some of these books right now. You know what I did? I grabbed about 4 books. But while I was grabbing them, it was registering what he was telling me. While I was grabbing these books that he was throwing away at the jobs request at the school, probably at the Board of Education's order, he was throwing away the science book, vocabulary. What else did I get? Math, science, vocabulary, and something else, I forgot. But throwing them away, and he looked right at me and said they are upgrading on AI. They will teach your kids to have access to all information as fast as they can get it, but they ain't gonna be teaching them nothing. And it made sense to me, and I could see it more and more every day. They're not gonna teach them much. They're just gonna make sure they can get the information. They want our children to be dummies. They want our children to know nothing. They want our children to look up what they feel is important. Not they as in the children, but what the powers that be tell them to. I don't know who is running America. I'm not going to even be foolish enough to say Donald Trump. And I'm not going to be foolish enough to say Republicans or Democrats. There is some real money and power behind the people, the powers that be. Yes, Donald Trump, I think he may be stronger, a lot stronger than the past presidents, not to fall victim to some of the briberies. He's been consistent for about 30 or 40 years, and he's still staying on it. But there are still some powers that be that control the parts of America that even Donald Trump cannot, as president, overtake, control, or drain, as in draining the swamp. As we can see, the controlled judges may as well beat the president. Let me say that again. We've learned that the president's power is only superficial. You get enough judges to move according to the way they are told to move by the real money, the real power. And we see right now they will stand up and they will resist and make it totally hard on a president to do anything. And they will make it to where they can get their agenda accomplished anyway, despite executive orders. So I don't know what's going on in this nation. I just wish black people would stop being a part of the demise of black people. I wish black people would stop standing up, supporting everything that goes against them. There is nothing about what we see that should make us feel like we need to be standing out there. If they deport, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not hating on migration. I'm just saying, for black people, understand what you are seeing. They just say they had a line 2 blocks long. 2 blocks for applications because of one place that they raided. You understand what that means? That means you won't get hired because you too smart. Even if you might not be smart. The one thing you know as a black man and a black woman, you know what you know? I'm going to tell you what you know. You might not even know you know it, but you know it. I'm going to tell you how you know it. You know it. There's a thing called minimum wage in America. You knew that, even if you don't keep up with what the minimum wage is right now. You know that, don't you? Tell the truth. You know that. There's a thing called minimum wage right now in America. So you, black man, you white man, you American person, woman or man, you too smart. You're too smart. So if I could get away with hiring people that's not going to ask me about a raise in 90 days or a raise in 30 days or about what this minimum wage is about, if I can just take it back to $7.25 minimum wage. Anybody remember those days? Woo! $5.25, you thought you was doing something. $5.25 an hour. Woo! Well, that's what they want to do. And that's what they are doing. Migrants who gonna work harder, well, I say just as hard, because I ain't gonna say nobody work harder than nobody else. Just as hard for $10 an hour under the table, $8 an hour. You think they gonna hire you and they could get away with that? You think they gonna hire you coming in here talking about the EEOC rules and regulation, workman's comp? When a migrant gonna limp on the job, one arm got broke yesterday, he working with the next one. Man, come on. They not. It's common sense. So people are telling you to fight for them and they replacing you. You might not see it or understand it because when you got fired, they told you was drunk, they told you your breath smelled like alcohol, or they ain't like your attitude. But the bottom line is, there's gonna be a slow but sure process throughout America if this continues. And it's gonna look like, it's gonna look like just what I just said. Oh, they got attitudes. Oh, he came in late. You know, the simple thing that you wouldn't get fired for, you'll get fired for. Just like the simple thing that you wouldn't lose your kids for, you'll lose them now because they got to give kids to gay people. They got to give kids to those two men that just got married. We are fighting against ourselves. And people might say, what they got to do with it? It got a lot to do with it. Because they made black people get on the front lines and fight for that too. All of these things that go against us, they put blacks right on the front line and say, we need you. We need you out there. We need you out there because when they stop gay men from getting a baby, when they stop two gay men, that's holding you down. That's slavery. They're going to stop you from living next. That's what they do to black people every time. And they say, you right. We'll get on the front line. And then we wonder why they keep doing us that way. Because we act just the way they see us. And I'm speaking as we in a majority. Not myself. I ain't never been that stupid. But there's so many stupid people. There's so many blacks that's acting stupid, dumber than stupid, that they are raking all of us in under the stupid umbrella. Because white people don't see it singularity. In singles, individualism. They don't do that. They say black people. Black people. That's what they say. Black people voted for Trump. Some white people mad at all of us. They don't know black women voted for Kamala in crazy numbers. A woman that wouldn't even reach out and talk to them. The only women she cared about is Divine Nine. And she didn't care about them. They just supported her. She just wanted to use them like the Democrats effectively use all of us. Look, I don't want to rant. I don't want to keep talking about it and keep going. Because when it comes to this, you can go down so many rabbit holes. And you can go down so many different examples of how blacks are being at the front of the cause of our own demise. We are assisting those people into erasing us. And we call them racist. We call them racist. And we the first ones out there on the front line to help them erase us. We keep bringing new erasers. Here you go, white man. Here you go, Democrats. And we sit up and, I mean, the Democrats funny because they got the worst black people that will sit up and blame everything on the white man. Everything. It didn't used to be like that. I'm talking about everything. Everything. It's crazy. Yeah. God is awesome, man. I'm finna go have a beautiful day. I'm out here, this beautiful beach, man. Be prosperous. Be of good mind, of good cheer, of good thought. Hopefully you can strengthen somebody today. You can hug them today. You can inspire somebody today. You can build somebody up. If you get the opportunity, man, Story 727 is a nonprofit. And I think with a lot of these, a lot of cuts, a lot of changes in the government, changes that I don't think people should be that shocked or upset by. And when I say upset, maybe I shouldn't say upset, because when you lose something, you have a right to be a little upset. But these cuts happen all the time. Instead of looking back and saying who did the cuts, look back and realize every time these kind of cuts happen, because Obama did them, Clinton did them, Bush did them, everybody do it. But somehow they made it different when Trump did it. But one thing always remains the same. Look at who pays the price the most. That is the question. Who pays the price? Who pays the higher price when these job layoffs come? Black people. It's most of all the time us who have to go home and explain to our wife, our kids, our family members, even our parents, whatever the case may be, why we lost our job, why we got laid off. That don't never sound right, because what you did, what you said wrong. Was you late again? No, just a layoff. And I just want us to understand, man, that we are actually supporting our own demise. And we're told that if we don't, then it's going to affect us next. The only time you hear people talking about sending somebody back to Africa, locking us up back in, it's always been the Democrats. Joe Biden said it a few times on the stage when he was running as president. This ratchet Jasmine lady likes to say it. Who picking cotton? Man, this lady actually is telling black people we need to be on the sides of the immigrants because we don't want to pick cotton no more. And then she say, I know us. We ain't going, we don't want to pick no cotton. Like, dummy lady, how does people this stupid get elected into any type of position? And when you think about it, you have to say, I know how. All you gotta do is look at this person, and then you figure out how. Acting dumb, ratchet. And that's what some of them like. That's what some of them like. When I say them, I'm talking about the powers that be. Because in their mind, your people will elect you if you act ignorant enough. You're in this base. You're in a base where you got a lot of young blacks, so you need you to act stupid, ghetto. Talk to them like you think they talk. And it worked. But just to let you know, I know you're very intelligent. I know you're worth about $10 million. They looking up to find out how. And I hope they, I can't stand to see these shucking and jiving Uncle Toms get out and sell us out for money and then talk down on us. Reach out and talk to us, talk at us as if we're stupid because we're not doing what we're told, like they're doing what they're told. So, Jasmine, just so you know, people don't pick cotton in America no more. They have machines. They've been stopped doing that. And also, there are plenty of black farm owners, okay? Jasmine, she knocks down farming as if black people are not a part of it. She say, who do it? Who do that? That's what we need migrants for. Don't forget the white lady that stood on the stage and said, if we didn't have migrants, we would not have nobody to wipe our ass. That's what she said word for word. We need to understand that is how they saw us as well. It's savory without the violence. And there's a way to fight it, blacks. Black people, my people. There's a way to resist. There's a way to actually side with those who you are trying to side with. And it's by telling them to do it the right way. It's by actually supporting the right way and not supporting those who did it the wrong way, because when you support those that do it the wrong way, they get hired under the table. They hurt your job prospects. You talking about Social Security might not be there? That's why. Talk about some food stamps might not be there. That's why. And then they turn around and say, it was Trump. No, the Democrats did it. They been did it. The Democrats playing checkers. I meant to say, we thought the Democrats was playing checkers. They've been playing chess for a while. And the stuff that they was doing, putting in motion under Joe Biden, we see it now. We see the fruition. Man, they shot up the police station in Chicago. Like, really? All right, man. God is awesome. Not good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. It's already hot, man. It ain't even, it's just 6 o'clock in the morning. It's hot already. So, I'm finna get up out of here. Still not here. Peace out. Y'all have a blessed day.